YouTube, what is good? It's your boy Cloudy Poker Chips, back again with another view at another fresh pair of sneakers. Not a Jordan, not a KD, but another classic retro that dropped recently. The Olympic 180 Barkley. What a gorgeous shoe. Official colorway, white, mid-navy, metallic gold. The shoe cost $130. Released a few weeks ago, maybe farther than that, depending on when I upload this video. This shoe is absolute heat, in my opinion. I own this shoe as a kid. Worked my ass off with this shoe. I remember going to the mall and seeing them and fell in love with them immediately. It was love at first sight. The gold and blue kind of, whatever you call it, the blend there, I mean, that's just, you don't get much better than that. And the gold leaf thread in the back, you got the gold thread here on the 180 on the tongue. The 180 tongue is so soft. It kind of reminds you of the Jordan 8 tongue, how soft it is. You got the preparations here on the front. Got this plastic like netting material along with the swoosh. Real nice shoe. The 180 airbag is a little different than the OG. I think Nike actually lost the patent to that. So this is not identical to the OG pair, but close enough. I remember my pair growing up. They got so bad, I remember ripping this whole airbag off and still wearing them. But you gotta remember, I was a kid, and when I had shoes, I always liked fly shoes, even as a kid. But you know, when I bought shoes, I wore them. I wore the hell out of them. I wore them to church. I wore them to play basketball. I wore them to play football. I wore them to play tennis. If I had some fly shoes, I wore them, and I wore them everywhere. Mom be hooking me up with like some polos and like some nice, you know, dress pants, trousers to go to church in or whatever. I'd be rocking Jordans or Barkleys with them. So even at a young age, you know, my affection towards sneakers was pretty evident. You know, growing up, a lot of my friends did get into sneakers, and I'm gonna say none of them got into sneakers. You know, I'm from a real small town, and you know, most people weren't into sneakers. And I kind of caught on at a young age, and even as an adult, I mean, it just kind of grips you. I say addiction. A lot of people say it's, you know, it's a love. But you know, if it's an addiction, I mean, it's a good addiction. You know, keep feeding my habit, Nike, because you know, you make a sting for it, that's for sure. These kicks are real nice, real clean, real close to the originals. That's my favorite part about them, is they're extremely OG. These retro before. I had a retro pair a couple years ago. Actually, it's been a while, probably, gosh, I'm gonna say 5 years ago. I had a retro pair of these, and I don't even know where they're at now. I probably threw them away because they were so beat. But they made another version of these in some kind of weird, like, hybrid type kick, which I didn't really catch on. Hybrid kicks aren't really my thing, so I kind of stay away from those. But I'm glad they came back true to form. The leather on these isn't the greatest, but again, who's to complain nowadays? If you have less than 5 glue stains, less than 2 paint marks on the toe of your shoe, you should be on your knees thanking Nike for not fucking you, because quality sucks, and we get what we get, and that's what we have to deal with. So nowadays I look for the least spoiled shoe rather than a perfect shoe, because you're going to have, you know, a lot of air on shoe nowadays because of the quickness they make them, the lack of money they spend on them, and the poor labor that they're getting to make these shoes. I mean, you got to understand, these shoes are made over, let's see where these are made. These are made in China. And I'm sure the factory workers probably don't get paid shit. Probably in American dollars, like $5 a day. I'm not exaggerating, it's ridiculous. So you got people making these who don't give a shit because they don't get paid. And they're probably, you know, getting whipped by some like dictator type boss, you know, trying to meet their quota. And of course they're going to be shitty and not, you know, not quality standard when, you know, you're not treating your workers fair and you're not doing the right thing. So again, that's one side of Nike that I don't like to think about because it kind of pisses me off. You know, I love Nike. I love the brand. I've been wearing Nike since I was, you know, born. So again, that's just a part of life you got to live with. I respect the people that are out there trying to make a difference. You can YouTube some videos of some Nike factories and some guys out there trying to make a difference and trying to combat the working conditions over there in Indonesia and China. But the fact is, as long as they got that money rolling in, there's nothing you can do about it. The sheer profit that Nike rakes in is staggering, and it's just it's part of the sneaker game and part of life, unfortunately. But anyway, these are the CB Air Force 180s Olympic Edition. Great sneaker. If you don't have them, get your hands on them. You can still get them at a fairly decent price from resellers, or you may be able to cop these in store with some leftovers. But definitely a Grail pickup for me, and glad they came back out. So please rate, comment, subscribe. Peace out, YouTube.